I've had a client reach out to me years ago that told me that he's seen a Bigfoot and that a couple of his buddies, hunter buddies, he's like the most normal guys. Like imagine us guys walk outside and there's a Bigfoot right now.
Yeah.
We are now crazy people.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he's like, these are the most normal guys I know. And he said they watched, I can't remember which one it was, but one of them saw him breaking down a tree. One had a deer under his arm. Like one of the groups, I can't remember which one because it mixes up in my head, but the two groups of people seen it. And so, yeah, fuck going in the woods.
This is now a Bigfoot podcast. We're going to talk about this the rest of the time.
The fitness season starting.
You guys don't go into the woods at all. There's Bigfoot there.
Yeah, don't even go outside, bro.
That's where the big feet are.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Art and More podcast with your hosts, Nathan and BR. Nathan is a Canadian illustrator with a couple years of military experience, and BR is a British anarchist that moved to the States. Both are passionate shooters and community builders. Together, they run the Seaburn art page. Enjoy the show.
Okay, guys. Serious question: if cannibalism was ethical, would you do it? Like, think about it this way, and I've brought this up in a couple episodes. Like, say again, you have a best friend, and some of the listeners are gonna be like, "Oh, this fucking bit again." I don't give a shit. You got a best friend, right? And I'll TLDR it because people are hearing this for possibly the second or third time. Their leg gets crushed in an accident. They have to get it amputated. Somehow they slip the doctor $20, and they get the leg home from the hospital. A couple days later, you get a call. The call is your best friend, and they're like, "Hey, I'm recovering pretty well. Don't worry about me. I'm doing pretty well. I'm sound mind. I'm a sound body. Other than my fucking leg is missing. But I had a question. I brought this leg home. If you don't do this, it's just going to go to the fucking dumpster. But it would mean the world to me if you came over and I have hired your favorite chef. I don't know, like Gordon Ramsay. For me, it's Guy Fieri. He's going to take me to Flavortown.
Yeah. Straight to Flavortown.
Straight to Flavortown. He's going to make it into some fucking pulled pork sliders. I want you to come over and eat this leg with me. Would you try the leg knowing that, one, the cannibalism, it's cannibalism, is ethical because no one's getting hurt. If anything, you are helping your friend. And three, I don't know. Would you eat the leg?
Absolutely. Yeah. Why not? Your buddy's like, try my leg.
Okay, so we're 4 for 4.
Yeah.
You do it too, Noah?
Okay.
Because every time I ask this to a group of people, and I did this 2 days ago. I was on a hike with the boys, and I'm like, hey, yeah, would you insert this thing? And they're like, no, what the fuck? Why would you do that? That's terrible. And I'm like, well, 2/3 of people say they would. They're like, well, we have to kill 2/3 of people then. I guess. Yeah.
Sounds like there's more for us to eat.
Yeah.
Well, boys, Team Cannibalism keeps winning, I guess. Anyways, guys, welcome to the Art and War podcast. We got a bit of a silly and educational one here for you. I'm going to go around the table kind of clockwise and get everyone to introduce themselves, starting with our recurring guest, Clean Muscle LLC. Noah, tell us a little bit about your whole situation.
Okay, yeah, my name's Noah Holzman. I started Clean Muscle about 2 years ago, making a pretty solid pre-workout that's, pretty hard-hitting and free from artificial bullshit.
It makes me feel like I now understand how crackheads feel, I think.
Yes.
It does make you tingly.
It makes me tingly and possibly a little violent. Like it's a little violent. Like in the good way. Dude, we have our first crackhead in Moscow. I saw him stamping on imaginary bugs the other day. And I wish I had a little bit of vigor. Yeah.
You can say my name.
Here, before we get any further, today BR is not joining us because he's a terrible producer and he should feel bad. We have HLE Media on camera doing a video that none of you will see. I apologize. But thank you both.
We're all naked, oiled up. You're missing out.
Yeah,
it's pretty gay. It's a titty party.
Boys.
But yes, big thank you to Hans for taking over the audio for this, and a big thank you to BR as always for being our editing monkey, and also just a good boy.
Keep him pet.
He's my favorite former Brit. Anyways, yes, introductions.
Yeah, I did my bit. You go for it.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Let's get her done. I'm Lance Clark. I own Snap Fitness Moscow. I've been in the gym industry for about 10 to 12 years, off and on. But yeah, I'm an investor with Clean Muscle as well too, which super excited for everybody to try it out. But yeah, fitness industry has been amazing. Snap Fitness is an amazing company and franchise. But yeah, just overall, it's been a blessing.
I'll dox myself. I go to Snap Fitness a lot. That's my gym. I go at like 1 a.m. and there's always weird dudes there. Honestly, like they're fucking weird.
Who I am.
That's just be the constant. You know who I am.
Dude, I've been going at like 1 a.m. lately, and I think why I've been slacking at the gym a little bit is both of the last times I went, it's like 1 a.m. and there's this dude here that looks straight out of like an Adult Swim cartoon.
He's just jorking in the corner.
Dude, he's like crushes a massive thing, like goes outside, vapes, comes back in, he starts singing along.
That guy?
You know who he is? Who is he? He's weird.
He used to go at like during the daytime. Yeah.
Don't say names.
Don't say names.
Yeah, no.
Don't say names.
Don't
Sorry.
Yeah.
What are you, an informant? Oh, what's that name? God, it's right on your tongue.
I'm the fed of the group. My bad. My God.
But yeah, no, he seems like a nice guy. Just the
That
singing
1
gets a
a.m.
little-
crowd, though,
That's something different.
You never know.
I used to be the entire 1 a.m. crowd.
All the way to
Yeah.
somebody who's
Yeah, I used to be the weird guy. I miss being the weirdest guy.
That's been taken from you.
That's been taken from me and I'll never get it back. Anyways, introductions.
Oh, all right. It's my turn. So I'm Jose Lopez. I'm an orthopedic surgeon, and I'm Noah Holzman's cousin. So, yeah. Well, I'm really happy to make bigger.
By far one of the smartest people we've had on.
Yes, literally a surgeon.
I'm honored.
Literally surgeon.
We've had a single digit amount of doctors on, I believe.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and I'm into fitness. That's why I believe in the product. I believe in Noah's a plan. So I think it's really, really good.
And none of you can see, but he's also like Alan Rickman jacked.
Yeah.
He's
What's
a
his
big
name?
boy,
Like,
dude.
Reacher, the Reacher boy.
Yeah.
Can we just highlight how funny it is in ultra based? A Mexican surgeon comes up here, and the first gun he wants to buy is a 1911.
In 45 fucking
Oh my
God's
God.
caliber.
Of course.
It's a fun gun to shoot.
It
It's
is.
super fun.
I loved it.
What?
Next.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I'm Phil. I work for a company called Superior Supplement Manufacturing. I've worked with them for over a year now, getting the product to market. I'm the second smartest person at the table.
But you're the oldest.
And the oldest.
Age before beauty.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, that's me.
But yeah, we're here today to, I kind of gathered all the brains that happen to, like some of them happen to be related, to talk about fitness.
Why are you laughing over there, bro? Yeah.
Comment. Some of them are related.
I don't know. If at any point I can force you to edit things out by just dropping something awful.
Did you think we're going to edit it out? My favorite.
I'm sorry, Phil. It was like it's
Oh
one
my
day.
God.
No, I'm fine. No.
Yeah.
PR, I'm so sorry.
We had to cut like 70% of it because all the shit we go down.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
no,
It's a
that's
quick
great.
rabbit.
It's a very fast rabbit hole.
Exactly.
It's not even a rabbit hole, dude. It's like a cave.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's a fucking cave. It's like,
Pretty cool.
no matter like where you're from, and I've had this conversation numerous times with so many different people. It's all the same story. It's crazy.
echo chamber.
Yeah.
It comes back around. Hey.
We figured it out.
Anyway, before we
But yes, I've gathered all these minds in the room to talk today about how to get fit, like where to start. If you're thinking about getting into fitness, if you're thinking about like you're starting at nothing, you know, you watch Grantham on fucking YouTube all the time and you don't actually go outside. You don't lift weights. You don't, you know, do anything functionally for yourself. Maybe this is somewhere that gives you a good jumping off point for where to get started in your fitness journey. But Noah, I will have you take it from here.
I'm leading the reins.
Not Jesus Christ. It's so hard to get 5 people. Okay.
Cool.
Well, it's a good thing we don't have video for this.
Oh,
Okay.
I know, dude.
What do you mean? This is going on.
That too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did you want to get killed by Mossad? Because this is how you get killed.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Don't speak for me, buddy.
Bro, my name's German. I'm already on a hit list by them.
Dude, there's a guy with a last name Cohen outside right now with the suppressed Ruger 1022.
He's like, he said it.
Like, he knows.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Today I've gathered 5 minds who, 4 minds, not including myself, who know a hell of a lot more about fitness than I, and can hopefully point you guys and me to a good jumping off point for a fitness journey. So if some of you haven't really, winter's gone by, we've all put on a little bit of baby pudge. We've got, a whole summer ahead of us to actually get ourselves in shape, and maybe for operational reasons, maybe we just want to be our best selves. I wanted to get some people who are actually experts at what the fuck they do, and more importantly, they're all jacked, to tell us what are we doing? Where do we start? Help us. I don't know. So Noah, for someone who's just starting to get into fitness, and take someone who just watches Grand Thumb all day, and they have they have $1,500 worth of soft gear and a nice rifle and all of that, but they can't ruck, they can't lift their own body weight. What would you tell them to get started? There's so much. It's choice paralysis.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Honestly, just get started, really, I would say.
Yeah.
Just start going outside and walking and shit, dude. Just take, you could break it down. Maybe what are they eating, and kind of go from there. But, just start, day one.
The hardest part is start. Start.
Same for anybody in their fitness journey. I was there too. And
We saw the pictures earlier
I've seen
today.
photos of you when you were small.
yeah, 5 years ago, I showed you that picture. I was anorexic.
You were a boy.
Yeah, I think your
You're still a
circle
boy.
is super important. You surround yourself with,
Yeah.
especially
The community.
I've had friends who, once we got the gym and got involved in that industry, they started hitting the gym, and they're like, "Hey, you're just a catalyst for getting into it." And by no means do I need that at all or acknowledge that, but it's so cool to see them take that action just based off something I've just been doing on my separate. And they're the ones going to the gym every day, and they're trying to think. I'm like, that's all you. I did nothing. I just went. When you're in a good circle, all ships, all tide.
A rising tide raises all boats.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, I agree. I find it so much easier to stay motivated if the people around me hold me accountable. And they don't even have to be trying. This motherfucker will text me at 1 a.m. Yo, have you gone to the gym today?
I'm just checking in on the homies, bro.
She's like, let's have a creepy time, bro.
Now calls me a fat fuck at least 3 times a day.
Wow.
And a lot,
Jamie clip that.
Wow.
and a lot of the time I'll be like, oh, now I'm ashamed. I feel shame, and shame is a good motivator.
It is.
Yeah.
Being bullied is
right there.
See, we've lost getting bullied.
Yes, dude, bring bullying back. Not in the weird way the Koreans do. That's kind of fucked up, but do they take it way too far. They're fucked up. But bullying the boys, maybe don't give me a wedgie, but also maybe give me a wedgie.
Don't wedgie me, I'll come.
It's almost like setting a standard, on each other, keeping each other accountable with it.
That's exactly it.
Go to the gym with a buddy, dude.
Yeah.
Find someone to
so
go.
far.
Dude.
Yeah, dude. When I lift by myself,
Yeah.
I can get it done. I can power through it for the most part.
It's kind of boring.
It is boring, and it's more of a discipline thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
That's the hard part. But going with a buddy, it's you just bounce off each other,
Right.
and then you push so much more fucking weight, dude.
Yeah.
It's insane. And you're just I don't know. You're just grinding there with your homie, and
Let's try it.
We're grinding there with your homie.
That's a great way to describe it. A little homoerotic.
Grinding. Okay.
It's always chest day.
But I like it, honestly. I used to be, and I'll absolutely cop to this, a little competitive when I went to the gym with people. But it's no, you don't have to be. We're all getting better. And no matter what, you're doing better than sitting on the couch, like picking your ass, watching Reacher season 3 on Amazon.
Is that you?
Yeah. Dude, I'm two episodes behind, and God, that show's so fucking dumb. It's dumb as shit.
But it's great.
It's great, but like in a real brain rock kind of way.
100%.
Yeah, but I enjoy it, and that's the important thing. Because
The
the
real
world has to
competition is with yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's I would say, if I was to suggest something to them, I would say just take it easy. It's like it's our everyday work, and just get it done.
Yeah.
It is.
You don't have to. You don't have to set yourself up and like, oh, I have to run a marathon this weekend.
Yeah.
Because that's where you set yourself up for failure. You set a super high standard or a goal that's unattainable.
Yeah.
I think
that's
so
tough.
too. I think a show that I watch and people are going to judge me a little bit, BoJack Horseman. There's like every episode he goes for a run and he hates it. And there's this guy who runs by him, and one day he's like, "This isn't the hard part. The hard part is getting up and doing it every day." And that kind of stayed with me. Yeah. And I'm bad at that. I'll be honest.
We all are.
Yeah. But like the self-discipline to even just something.
Mm-hmm.
But like for people who are looking to actually like, okay, they've started going outside, they're walking, they're doing something. Like they're past that level of just like, all right, I have a little bit of motivation and I want to do something more. Like the next level, like past 001. What would you tell people to do? Like, what would you look for? Because you go online and it's like, oh yes, like do my juicy pecs routine, and like you'll have juicy pecs in 30 days. There's so much noise in fitness, and
Everyone
I feel
has a program. Everyone has a
fix all.
Yeah.
6 weeks, you'll be jacked up your ass over here.
Dude, I did P90X when I was younger, and actually that
shit was hard.
It was so
That
hard.
shit was hard.
Yeah.
Growing up, my dad did that. He'd come, he's like, X. Yeah, he'd get the T-shirts after finishing.
Oh
the
no,
program.
he's one of those people.
But God, I mean, he got yoked, and because he was a little overweight, and then cut all the way down. And by the end of it, because it was just, but that all went
you're
back
doing
down
90 minutes of aerobic exercise a day.
100%. But that all went back to being consistent, where he was every morning at 6 a.m. He was in the gym, threw the disc in, did the workout, got it done.
Yeah.
And just that consistency, just let alone gets you across the finish line there.
That shit was hard.
And builds habits too. Yeah.
100%.
You got done with that, you were definitely sweating.
Don't start with P90X.
Yeah, exactly.
Or do it. Why not? I did when I was like young. And it was great. It sucked, but it was a jumping off point that was, if you could do it, maybe like, yeah.
I think it's cool to find things that are aligned with your hobbies too.
Yes.
That really get you out and get you active. I mean,
yeah.
Whether it's rucking or even just putting on a little weight vest, even if there's no weight on at all, but just a couple pounds, just go on a hike or something and increase that over time. I mean, simple things like that.
I agree.
Yeah, like you just went on a hike.
Yeah, every Wednesday or Thursday, like depending on how many boys could get free, a bunch of us will just go and we'll just rock the mountain.
Yeah, bring your kit, like your rifle. And just
some people have rifles, some people don't. Usually everyone has a rifle, but like some people have rucksacks, some people don't. We like try and go find a weird thing in the woods. We'll be out for like 3 or 4 hours, just like hiking in a direction. Then after a certain time, we're like, okay, this is the halfway point. Let's just turn back. We don't have a specific destination in mind, but we're safe about it. Like, I'm way too paranoid to go into the woods alone. We're not going to get that. Yeah. Dude,
too many stories. Dude.
Yeah, weird shit.
You were just talking about that.
Bigfoot.
Yeah. Same squint.
Okay, now we have to go down the Bigfoot hole. Whoa, what?
Well, no, I've had a client reach out to me years ago that told me that he's seen a Bigfoot and that a couple of his buddies, hunter buddies, he's like the most normal guys. Like imagine us guys walk outside and there's a Bigfoot right now.
Yeah.
We are now crazy people.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he's like, these are the most normal guys I know. And he said they watched, I can't remember which one it was, but one of them saw him breaking down a tree. One had a deer under his arm. Like one of the groups, I can't remember which one because it mixes up in my head, but the 2 groups of people seen it. And so, yeah, Fuck going in the woods.
This is now a Bigfoot podcast. We're going to talk about this the rest of the time.
Fitness season shit starting.
No, you guys don't go into the woods at all. There's Bigfoot there.
Don't even go outside, bro.
That's where the big feet are.
You know what big feet means?
Oh, yeah.
Do they have big dicks, bro?
Yeah, he's alone out there, dude. He's looking for something.
Big feet, yeah.
And you're out there in a tent, warm and cozy.
They're going to rape you to death.
Your butthole will prolapse.
Sasquatch shit with anal virginity.
We are
fucking t-shirt.
Our War podcast, ladies and gentlemen, we're really, really sponsor friendly here.
Oh my god.
Oh my
About the
god.
facts.
What's up everyone, BR here with a quick message from our new sponsor, Cloud Defensive. We've been huge fans of Cloud Defensive lights for quite some time. If you've been with us from the start, you've probably heard us mention Chad Defensive a number of times. Personally, I own the full-size Rain models, 1.0, 2.0, and their all-new 3.0. Every rifle needs a sling, an optic, and a light, and Cloud Defensive is consistently my choice for rifle lights. Cloud Defensive lights' durability, brightness, and top-notch design features make them a no-brainer in my rifle setups every single time. Whether you need a rifle light like the Rain, an EDC option like the MCH or Chicro Admin, or are looking forward to the EPL for handguns coming this year in 2025, Cloud Defensive has you covered. We're excited to partner with them, and as a listener, you can get 10% off site-wide using the code ARTandWar10. That's ARTandWar10. Every purchase with our code directly supports the show. Check them out via the link in the show notes or through our Seaburn Art link tree in our bio. Thanks for listening, and now let's get back to the show.
Oh gosh. Okay. But yeah. No, dude, that it makes me think of back in Nova Scotia, a bunch of people that I know who are like normal people reported they all had their own stories. Some of them knew each other, some of them didn't, of seeing a weird pale creature in the woods. Like something that's a little too tall, really thin, totally normal people.
Yeah.
And that shit scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
You know who I am, bro.
Wait,
But
he said then.
But it's crazy when you look in, you see either, the natives that have lived there for thousands of years, 100 years, whatever it is, having depictions of different things. You're like, how did they just conveniently have the same image in my head that I...
Yeah, no, it's
crazy.
It's kind of crazy, and it freaks the fuck out of me. A long time ago, and we're going to do an episode soon with this guy. We did an episode with a guy called Tales from the Grid Square.
Okay.
And he talks about different things that happen to soldiers in the military. Weird, aliens, big feet, all of the stuff, and things that can actually kind of be corroborated or proven. And I had I'm going to sound super schizophrenic, a thing that I can't explain happened in the woods a long time ago. And since then, I'm like, no, I'm not going to the woods alone. Even if I got my dog, I'll have one buddy with me at least. Yeah. Because you ever see Missing 411?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, the hunter one too?
Yeah, they're all...
Dude!
Yeah.
Oh.
All
That's
these,
so funny. That
Dude.
yeah, I was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the woods. I would love nothing better to spend most of my time in the woods. There would be fucking dragons. I'm taking people with me and guns.
yeah, we'll go still.
Yeah, at least 2 people at all times.
Dude.
At least 2.
You watch that and you're like, ooh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was the one with the hunter and the dads where they're all in a fire road.
Yeah.
And then the grandpa goes missing in they're hundreds of yards from each other. And there's just zero anything from him. The guy couldn't walk really.
Yeah.
And he just disappeared.
It's like a 5-minute window too between when they last see him and to where he disappears, and there was no trace of where the fuck.
Yeah,
he went.
there was none of his equipment, nothing, just gone.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like the woods.
Well, gets me when they do the whole grid, search and rescue with it and everything, and then literally they find it in a spot that was thoroughly searched. And you're like,
So
Or
boots
30
or
miles
something.
away, 2 boots set next to.
I had a weird kind of incident when I was living out in the sticks. There was a local.
Are you on? Do you have
I can
a
get
mic?
closer for the story.
Yeah, I don't know how good your game is.
So when I lived
Yeah.
out in the middle of the sticks, I won't say where at because I like to keep it private for that. There was a local mining operation for gold, and they had a Discovery Channel film crew up there doing a documentary on it. Well, one of the camera operators, something snapped inside of him, lost his brain or something. Spread off into the woods in mid-October up in northern Idaho, which if you've been around here, you know that's a death wish because the temperatures drop, to the 30s, 20s, even lower.
Yeah, you go in our direction.
Especially where I was at. And this was such a weird situation because he had no prior issues with any mental illness, nothing like that. They called the National Guard, 160th Search and Rescue, to come look for him. And they found him on thermal for I think it was like a 5-minute worth of him just sprinting through the woods, tracking him on FLIR, and then suddenly just lost him. No idea where he went. There was, I think, a 4 or 5 month manhunt for him. They couldn't find clothes. They couldn't find anything for it. And it was just super weird because it was just all of a sudden he was recording, turned, and then just dipped. Mid-recording, just took off.
Dude, he went into the fucking back rooms.
He saw
a Bigfoot and ran into the back room.
So essentially some shit like that. But so talking to a lot of the Native Americans up there, they were like, there was a spirit. Something fucked with him. He didn't like it. He snapped and ran off. A lot of people think he found a cliff and jumped because of just the terrain. It's super rocky, super jagged peaks and everything too. And I lived out in that area for 2.5 years, and out in the woods, you can corroborate. When you feel something watching you, you're fucking on edge.
Oh, dude, 100%. At this point, I'm shooting noises.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Shoot for questions later. My mailman fucking hates me. He's
like, dude, this mailman comes in full fucking armor.
It's me. Stop shooting. Yeah. Anyways, there's my weird story living out in the woods. I'm slowly becoming the hermit in the woods, and it feels great.
Yeah. That's why I keep a Flux Raider in my bag. It's got a P320 in it, too. It just goes off on its own. It is natural deterrent. It's just like...
They see that it's a P320.
It's like, no.
But you always hear people, just that are... they'd never make up a story like this, just grizzled, hard people, and then they're like, oh, actually, I have a story about this thing I encountered. And you're just like, holy shit. Like,
some of the hardest people I know
that have stories like that.
Especially,
I knew people who were actual bush people who lived off the grid, and they were very much, again, like, you don't fuck with the things in the woods because you don't know what they are, whether it's wildlife or something else.
Yeah, I think
and these are people who were, when I say lived off the brush, they made their clothes from deer skin hide. They only shot black powder and they only used bows.
Yeah.
These were legit mountain men. Like everything from the house was cabin out of wood or logs. They were saying the same thing of you do not fuck with the woods.
Yeah.
What is in there is meant to be there. Do not respect it and leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah. 100%. Well, I think a big thing and a big lesson that we're going to take away from this podcast too, kind of a little bit ahead of the, the dad advice part is no matter how jacked you are, you'll never beat a big feet.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true, dude. True. The big feet will rape you.
No. We came full circle. Bent over by the big
They want one thing and one thing only.
You think his arms are snapping the trees. That thing's swinging around there. Talking about clearing a level in the tree line.
Vaporize you.
Educational episode, ladies and gentlemen.
I like how we're like, we need to keep this educational. Like Bigfoot penis. Gaping butthole.
Dude, every conversation always goes back to Bigfoot rape. I don't know why it keeps happening.
It's what happened in the woods.
Facts by local experts.
Only the facts.
Yeah, only the facts here.
Okay. So now we have to rein us back in. Now we have a motivation to get really fit, which is escape Bigfoot.
Yes, 100%.
Now we know he's there and he wants us.
We changed the tagline from get fit or die to get fit or get raped by Bigfoot.
Get fit or get fucked, bro. Quick muscles, a new slogan. Get fit or get fucked.
It's just not a fun fuck.
Yeah,
Oh god.
No.
Oh, shit. You need stickers.
Yes, we gotta do Bigfoot stickers, bro. You gotta get on that right now.
Okay.
Rainer, and we got this.
Okay, I gotta write that down, dude. Get fit or get fucked.
Okay.
Important clip note.
But yeah, I don't even remember how we got right. So for people who want to get fit because they want to escape Bigfoot, what would you say comes next? Like we've got them going outside. They've started, lifting weights a little bit.
Yeah.
But people get choice paralysis. You go and you see your influencers with tears coming into your eyes.
Yeah, dude, I'm just gonna cry. That was good.
I think a great thing to accompany that, especially once you start getting on your journey, is supplementation. It's huge key, whether it be with creatine, amino, a whole array. And you can hear BS from anywhere on YouTube. So
it's hard to digest.
Finding a solid
creatine.
source.
Creatine should be like a baseline.
Yeah.
Because like not only is it good for like muscular endurance.
Yeah, I heard it's good for your brain.
It is good cognitively.
A lot of studies coming out. Yeah, cognitive.
Yeah, they're literally doing them on Alzheimer's right now.
Yeah,
they're getting good results.
But like that should be a good baseline, and then like just look at your diet. Everyone's kind of like fuck big seed oil right now, which is a good thing.
We cook like once a week generally. Like you and I, and it's always like clean meat, like clean carbs, and
I always feel good after too.
Yeah, me too.
But I would say like diet is a big one, dude. Like having a shitty diet, like it just wrecks everything. Like the gym, like your mental acuity, like everything.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole 80-20 rule. I mean, it's 80% what you eat, 20% of the work in the gym. I mean, it goes hand in hand.
Well, you still gotta put some work in the gym.
Yeah, 100%. But if you ain't feeling the machine's not going to perform up to standard.
Yeah. Just look at what you eat.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people feel shitty just because they're not getting like the micronutrients too. That's another big thing.
We live in a time where it's ease of access, where you can look up these simple things like what vitamins are recommended. You'll find really good articles and from reputable sources, and just seeing what's kind of cause and effect on there.
You need one product, and that's vigor.
Low blood sugar, vigor.
Low blood sugar. Just ask the surgeon. Like, bro, you just need vigor, man.
Bigfoot's after you, vigor.
Yeah, that would be a solid one.
Yeah.
Bigfoot's after you.
Bigfoot vigor.
Oh,
dude, we'd be living in a very different time.
Yeah, we would actually be ruled by Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Go to your bunkers now. Yeah, the world's going on.
If you take vigor, though, you might try to confront him. Then you're going to try to fuck Bigfoot.
But is Bigfoot Jewish?
Oh my god! I cannot.
Cut! No!
Oh my god!
Okay, all right. You're bringing it back, and I'm sorry.
Sounds going to kill you.
I'm so fucked, dude.
Okay. Back to callback humor is like the podcast humor. Gosh, I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about. I don't know. Right. In a world where there's so much choice paralysis between like, I don't want to like to be clear, and this is obviously we kind of have to get this out of here. This episode isn't an ad. I asked Noah to come on here on my own, even though he has a supplement company. So anything we talk about, we actually are like, no money is being exchanged. We have a friendly but not professional relationship.
Highlight the not professional.
Yeah, no, considering we're talking about, yes.
There's not a gun pointed at Nathan's head saying this.
Yes. But as usual, we do have to get our like influencer bullshit like
plugs in there.
Yeah, like the required transparency.
Yes, I mean we're all about transparency.
Yeah.
I mean it's kind of cool because Phil knows a lot about the supplement industry because that's your whole niche.
I would imagine there's a lot of like real fuckery and like misinformation.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing that people think about our industry is that it's not regulated, but it's highly regulated, at least from the making of them.
Yeah.
So raw materials come in, they're actually tested, like, take citrulline that's in his product. Most of the stuff comes from China. That's where most of the stuff's made. You literally have to test it for identity. Like, this is exactly what the ingredient is. It's not cyanide. It's not, something random. And then
which makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
for safety purposes, you have to make sure that there's no microbial issues like salmonella, things like that.
Yeah.
So it's safe. And then the actual manufacturing process is crazy. Like the steps you have to go through from weighing, blending to actually the testing. And when the FDA actually walks in and tests them, they'll literally look at every single step of the way, and you have a batch record where you have to look at, they'll literally point at every single step you've taken. And if you're far out of line, you get what's called a 483, where they actually publish it so the world can see.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah.
It becomes very public.
Oh, it's very public. If you screw up that bad, like if it's a minor infraction, then it's cool. They'll say, hey, fix this. But if it's something that's bad, literally it's published and it's public record forever.
Like the creatine gummies, dude.
Yeah, the creatine gummies.
That's a crazy.
Wait, what happened?
So there was literally, Now Foods is one of the biggest supplement companies in the world.
Yeah.
And they pride themselves on their quality. And creatine gummies went crazy. So I think they bought the top 20 best-selling ones on Amazon. They tested them. Only 40% of them tested out. Like I knew a guy he was buying them from China, 0 milligrams of creatine per gummy.
Really?
And they were claiming 1 gram.
Yeah.
So they got busted.
What the fuck was it?
Just candy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
good
better than
candy.
salmonella, I guess.
Yeah, no, but
like,
it's like candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sugar.
that's why making stuff in the US is different than making it overseas.
Yeah, there's less loopholes overseas.
Well, yeah, there's just the FDA, as much as we joke around about how bad they are on other things, it's pretty.
It's a sort of overreach that we also kind of like
we like.
can accept.
Yeah,
to a
exactly.
degree in certain situations,
And they don't mess around at all.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty harsh on it because you're taking people's safety into consideration. You're ingesting it, right? It's not like.
and
you can
already
actually
the bar
trust
is
somebody.
so low.
Yeah.
The one beautiful thing I want to make to it was stem cells and everything. Tentative stuff that the U.S. really needs to start hammering. Hopefully they do adopt that again. Would be huge because you have from professional athletes, it's about always got to fly all the way out there to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, TJ should be more accessible up here in the States, but it is accessible up here, but it's super expensive.
Yeah.
It's U.S. doctors that are running them in Mexico.
Have you interacted with a lot of like U.S. doctors in Mexico? Like, okay. The first host of this show, Mitch, who is my co-host right at the beginning, he had a really, really severe cerebral spinal injury. I can't remember exactly. Like any long-time listener with any medical knowledge is going to be like, "Oh, you fucking idiot! It was this." But I remember you were talking about like things that could potentially help him, and a lot of new stem cell treatments were coming out at the time that were shown to. He broke his back in the military, effectively. Like, he jumped out of a truck with an 80-pound rucksack on. And it compressed his discs.
If I remember correctly, it was his quad equation nerve in his lower back.
That was one of the symptoms. It was like swollen up because of, and he has difficulty doing basically anything. He retired from the military with over 100% disability, which he had to fight tooth and nail to get. Yeah. But keep in mind too, like he jumped out of the truck because they were taking fire from probably just some like Afghani piled with a AK 500 yards away by his own admission. But regardless, very much. But he was saying like the stem cell treatment just was not available to get in the United States. I mean, yeah,
It's so powerful. I mean, it's amazing when people come back injury-wise, where it's like either you have fighters or athletes, and it's like, the uber 5 to 6 months they're back playing, full force in whatever sport.
it's crazy. Like when we talk about supplements and we talk about like what we think is good, and like you kind of dive into like the players here in the States, like, dude. Why are you all looking at me like that?
So from a outside perspective, I know exactly what the fuck's going on, and this is great to watch.
I love it.
No, but they're like getting all the good serum, dude. Like we're talking about fucking vitamin D and creatine.
What?
I'm not saying anything. You're looking at me, but you're just going silly goofy.
I'm gonna grab the flashbang here in a sec.
For the listeners, we have had a live flashbang on this table just to kind of like exit this entire time.
357 with one cylinder.
Cylinder? There can be.
No, there is one in the fucking cylinder.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna end this night by playing the Deer Hunter together.
Jesus fucking.
And I'm going to be Chris. Throw the flashbang, first one to grab the gun. Let's do it.
Do it.
Oh, gosh.
No, but it is true though. Like from the body, people not having access, but then the mind with military not having to like psilocybin, Abergaine, or was that cool?
Yeah.
Like all the other things.
The studies have been amazing at MDMA, all those, and for counseling, for therapies for them is amazing.
So let's explain a little what psilocybin and that stuff is, because I'm pretty retarded when it comes to it.
Likewise, we've had a couple of episodes with some former military guys who were getting treated for PTSD and whatnot, and a lot of them talked about how they had good experiences with like ayahuasca or psilocybin or things like that. I don't have really a lot of experience with it, but I would like to hear from you guys.
Oh, I've never done anything for clinical. It's over red brand.
We have a doctor on staff.
Yes. Sorry, I drank this sparkling water, and it's all coming back in like just like machine gun burps, I guess.
Crazy. Holy shit.
Well, it's pretty interesting because actually I've done it.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I did believe it in the very beginning. But when I did it, it was like, I could just say it was kind of like magical. Like, I would say it expands your possibilities and the way your perspective of the world in every single way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like, how do you meet?
Man, it's almost undescribable because man, I don't know. It's really hard to put it into words, but it just gives you a lot of depth.
It's like you think you're like, is it almost kind of like your vision is, it's like your life is blurred?
No,
so
it's not blurred. It's like actually, it's sharper, I would say.
Afterwards?
Yeah.
So is that just like a one-time thing, or like after doing it, like, is that something that needs a contiguous?
No, actually, it doesn't need a continuity.
Or it's just like a one-time thing?
No, it's a one-time thing. But the interesting thing is that with time, you still like feel some effects of for example, psilocybin. Mm-hmm. You still feel some effects in your body. It's like, wow, it's like I wasn't aware of this before taking it. So it's
great. Like, your trail wicks are blown up too nowadays. Like, there's a guy locally here that's trying to do like, how do you say it?
Psilocybin.
Yeah, he's trying to do like a supplement.
That'd be interesting. How we get that really not a supplement?
Yeah,
exactly what you said. I was like, well, let us know.
Because it's like people getting around the weed thing forever, like Cajun being Schedule 1 or whatever.
Oh, look at it! Like you got Delta 8 and all these different variants of it.
It's actually a microdosing treatment. You can get psilocybin in microdosage, and they feel so happy.
So is it the same as like ketamine treatment or like PTSD? Is a microdose of like that to help you over it?
It's the same principle.
Interesting.
A microdosing of it, and it's like taking away the bad consequences now, and just having the good
side effects.
Yeah, exactly. Side effects, exactly. And it's pretty much what they did with MDMA.
Yeah.
I never heard of it. It's pretty much the same.
Molly? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Explain.
I'm curious.
So the MDMA, when I read, and actually, I've tried it. So it
based. Yes, I just love. No, I really guess I'm here from Mexico, and by the way, well, I'm here for it.
It's not a bad thing. It's like actually the effect of that drug. It just makes you happier, and it just makes you lovely. Like, oh, I love everyone. That's just the worst thing that happens. So it was tested in the military. It was for treating PTSD. Mm-hmm. And actually what they found was that it was so good that the pharmaceuticals, they stopped it because it kind of treated like, had a very good result in PTSD that the volunteers didn't need any other drugs.
Interesting.
So now we're getting the $5 from the budget. Man, this solves all that.
Exactly.
Right, we can't do that. I know it's $0.
It's actually a book.
Big old, big pharma.
It's such a cool. I feel love. I feel love that talks about it
Is that what it's called? Is a book?
The book is called I Feel Love.
I Feel Love.
I Feel Love.
Yeah. Oh, I Feel Love.
I Feel Love. It's really good. And it talks about the MDMA effects in the body. It's like, it's really good.
Yeah.
So
that sounds good, actually. It is. I'm curious about like we have a lot of former military and current serving military that listens to this. So I'm not going to be like, yes, do MDMA, do drugs. Yeah. But like also for anyone who's like doesn't know where to go, and like the war in Afghanistan and Iraq where we wasted 20 years just to get fucking nothing. Yes. A lot of people are feeling really lost. A lot of people that just don't know what really they did with their lives and what they're doing now. Some people are really coming to struggle with that. We've had a couple people on talk about like ayahuasca or like psilocybin, or other hallucinogens actually helps them.
It does.
Quite a bit. Another guy said he regretted it quite a bit, but everyone else. Oh, yeah.
I know I've personally even looked at it for me. Jeff, the reason about the ketamine treatment was I read a thing about ketamine treatment for anxiety and depression.
Yes.
That if you have drug-resistant BPD or drug-resistant depression or anxiety, it is a real thing like that.
Yeah.
That ketamine and stuff can be, or treatment-resistant, my bad, treatment-resistant mental disorders. It's just a bit of recommendation. That should be good. Yeah, you guys can hear me.
Yeah. Just making sure for now.
No, also the one thing that I found too was researching it too was that it allowed people to kind of confront a lot of fears they had, via PTSD and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Through a controlled environment, through the use of these drugs. The one for me again is ketamine. I'm not saying do ketamine.
Yeah,
I just like I'm doing ketamine. I'm not.
To be clear, we're like our podcast is not saying go and do drugs. We're definitely not saying go and do ketamine. It's wait for the line in the gray area.
I do not endorse the use of ketamine. I will, however, say that there are a lot of alternatives to battling these things that I don't think are being researched properly.
Yes.
And I think anyone here at the table can agree, whether you're a medical professional or not, that the idea of loading someone up with opioids and pain relievers, oxycodone, stuff like that.
America's turbo over-medicated.
Oh, 100%.
It's actually awful.
I think we're seeing a real kind of turnaround with that through the psilocybin and stuff like that, too. Like I said, for me, what I was looking at was the ketamine treatment for it through, prescribed doctors and stuff of like, hey, it can really help you kind of push yourself through these hard times or help you kind of find the root of these problems. So, yeah, I mean, I'm a full supporter of it, but I'm also unhinged. I'm a raccoon in the garage.
I mean, like phase.
Well, there's a reason why this psilocybin and things are called ancestral medicine.
Yeah.
Because they actually treat you. They actually help you.
Yeah.
And not only physical wise, but emotional wise, spiritual wise.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's mind blowing.
I'm curious to pick your brain about it, especially because you being from not like behind the curtain, but you are a medical professional who is, completely trained and your work speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And what you do speaks for itself. But you're also in a culture that doesn't necessarily demonize. Like, that's the word I'm looking for. Things I'm trying not to turn the show into fucking Joe Rogan, but like every episode we get a little bit closer.
That's crazy, man. Can I said MDMA?
Dude, that's crazy.
Jamie, pull up the clip.
Yeah.
BR, pull up the clip.
I like where you're going with it. I get what you're saying, 100%.
Yeah, because like while I again, personal bias, I'm trying not to become and asking the same questions that everyone does. I do think that there's a lot of benefit.
Yeah.
So, and I kind of want to get into like, why are these things being demonized by the U.S. government? Why are these things being pushed down by? And I think the answer always goes back to Big Pharma. Yes. I don't know though, so I'd like your take.
Totally, it's totally that, because they see that with these treatments they do not need to go to a pharmacy and ask for other medicine like antidepressants. Like it's been proved. So they work. So I personally think, and I've seen it in people, that it does work. So, and think.
Follow the money.
Follow the money. Yes.
You really don't want to follow.
I think the
Well, it's a dangerous path. Yeah, you follow the money and you end up committing suicide. And we're
6x6.
I think this is a good tie-in though to talk about the benefits of mental health with exercise too. That
Totally.
Yeah, and you are now. We're going to bring out Art and War's newest sponsor, BetterHelp.
cure yourself, get better help. No, but I mean, honestly, I think we can. I mean, at least I can. I know with me, when I'm feeling a little kind of, too spicy a thought process, and I'm starting to look at, a tasty 45 on the table, I go, maybe I should list some iron and cut some grass, and then suddenly I'm not feeling so spicy anymore. So,
yes,
I guess I think we'll agree here that the importance of exercise goes beyond physical, the emotional and mental health. Really, really extends way past that. And I mean, you run Snap Fitness, you could probably see people coming, and you could, from experience, becoming more confident after training day after day. They start becoming more boisterous, more conversational and stuff that way too.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're our own worst judges. It's like you can see in any, bodybuilding, any area where they look in the mirror and they see themselves 4 times smaller. They're like, I could be big.
Yeah, just maybe affects. I will say I struggle with that too, because I was anorexic, 5 years ago, and when you look back at it, you're like, holy shit, dude, I was a completely different person. Yeah, but now you're like, you look in the mirror every day, like it's hard to see the growth. Yeah, and then you stand next to other people that you think look big.
Right.
This just happened the other day, like in the gym, and I was like, I just feel kind of small. And I see a kid, he's not a kid, he's like 19 or something. And he's like posing in the mirror. He's got done with the gym. And he looks good, dude. His muscles are pumping. He's got his veins popping out, dude. Like, he looks good. And he has his shirt off. I was like, I'm gonna take off my shirt, dude. And then I took off my shirt and he's like, holy fuck, dude, you're huge. And I'm like, I don't think so. He's like, thanks. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the gym culture for guys, at least on that for girls, is awesome. Because uplifting, it's like,
it is, dude.
You're looking good, bro. It's like,
I said,
his guys go to the gym to impress girls, but it's just other guys that they impress.
Yeah.
Really hard. I was there, a little bit of a side note too. I do filming for Noah here at Cleveland Muscle. I did videography photography for him. So if you see bad content, go and yell at me. I accept female in my DMs. I get off to it. It holds. Well, no, I mean, I was watching you record and I seen Noah, your post these other kids, and they were all saying the same thing. Oh, I'm small compared to you. Oh, I'm small compared to you. And, it sounds like a dick measuring contest without really finding a contest. But
no, it's just an all-realizing thing.
It is. It really is a compliment thing, too. But the one thing they all shared in common was the fact that they're not recognizing themselves.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it ties into, we're all our own biggest critic.
Yeah, I think when you narrow it down, that's kind of the scary part, because a lot of people go to the gym for their own reason. Like, what's their why? A lot of times,
Bigfoot.
I don't want to like myself.
It's the number one reason, dude. That's why
I remember working, in gym sales and stuff, and you sit down, people are just getting them started, and you really start digging deep, and there's a reason. It's like, I have a wedding coming up. I'm just trying to look good for my husband, or for my wife, or I'm just trying to make my kids. I want to be an example for my kids to be healthy, for them to want to be healthy. It's just amazing, when you really dig deep. There is a why always behind why somebody started.
Yeah.
Heartbreak for guys a lot of times.
Yeah. 100%. I was something that comment. It was a long.
Yeah. My favorite meme ever in the gym is when the guy goes to try to kiss the girl, and she denies him, and then all of a sudden it shows the guys opening the gym with protein in their hand. Yeah. Like, welcome home, buddy.
Welcome back with this.
The healthy relationship weight is a very real thing. Yeah. I hate to say, when I'm happy, I don't want to lift. It sucks. It becomes a chore. I should do it for me. I should be my own motivation, being the best me that I could possibly be, and also getting big, but should be motivation on its own. But fuck me, shame and fear and sadness is such a better motivator than sadness. Yeah,
that's a big one, dude.
It's huge. After I had a breakup a few years ago, and I was just I remember
being alone in a gym that I picked the lock for in like a different city because I was working for an airline. Like I shimmed the lock with like my credit card thing.
Not this yet.
Yeah, and I was like sobbing, running like 10 miles an hour on this fucking treadmill, and I'm
He's literally outrunning his demons.
yeah, literally outrunning that bitch.
Juliet, you're listening. We want the dog back.
Please. She texts me asking how I'm doing every once in a while, and I leave her on red.
As you should.
But
Fuck them hoes.
Totally.
yes, but that's such a good motivator, and I was in like. I think about a lot of the times I'm the best shape of my life, and it's been in moments like that. And I'm like, oh, well, shit, I've been really happy these last few years. And then I'll pinch my waistline. I'm like, oh, shit, I've been really happy these last few years. and like, I'm curious to pick your guys' brains and like, how do you get around that? Because it's really hard to, and again, like, it is such a soft boy thing to be like, wow, like, I'm really comfortable, and my enemy is comfort, you know? Like, my enemy is the fork.
Make it a lifestyle, and it's gonna be easy for you.
Yes.
Because it's impossible to stay motivated. It's impossible.
Motivation, I think, is bullshit, really. Like, what I think initially.
It's gonna be like this is 5%.
Yes.
It's gonna be the 10%.
Yeah.
The rest 90% is just discipline.
Yeah.
It's just showing up every day. Whether you're tired, whether you're sad, whether you're happy, just do it. Yeah, that's gonna make the work for you. Nobody's gonna show but you.
So where do you guys find that discipline from? Obviously, motivation is going to be the driving factor to have discipline. But when motivation isn't there, where does that discipline come from?
The mirror. Yeah. Number one, girls. I mean, hate to say it, but yes.
Yeah.
Hey, booty Latinas.
Yeah.
Feels like hell yeah.
First of all, I feel better. I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Yeah, I definitely, like, if I'm not working out regularly, I would. Yeah. I feel like shit. I don't realize that I feel like shit until I'm exercising again and, like, have a good diet and have those healthy habits. Then I'm like, oh shit, my baseline's actually way the fuck up here. And, like, I don't know how miserable I am because that becomes normal.
Exactly.
Yeah. I do think, like, your body's way of telling you something is wrong.
Exactly. We have to stop normalizing
Your body or your brain.
Yeah.
Something like
you said before, the comfort is your worst enemy. So you have to be uncomfortable to achieve greatness.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing. That's the only way.
Yeah.
And being uncomfortable. So just be there.
I really think too.
So, guys,
This is really fucking wholesome.
this is nice.
About y'all crying.
No, he's boy being boy.
Exactly.
I think too for me was, I had no room to speak. I'm a fat piece of shit, and I'm not.
No, you're dude.
I used to be a lot sadder.
So far.
I used to be a lot.
Every time I see you, you have gone down like
crosses. I appreciate all that. Did cross. I know for me, the one thing for me was just show the fuck up.
Yes.
For me, it was, okay, you know what? I hate wasting money, right? I'm very much a penny pincher. Not gonna say the word.
Say it in Spanish, actually.
You know, thank you. But for me, I spend this money on, supplements, on workout clothes, on a gym membership, whatever it is. I hate wasting that money. So for me, I'm like, you know what? I want to put it to use. That's my motivating factor. But the discipline is also of knowing my limitations is only set by my own mind. And I need
also, not a plug, but I will say, like, taking free workout, like, forces me to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I've mentioned it before in the last episode, but, like, dude, when you take pre-workout, like, I don't know, it just tricks my brain. I'm like, okay, I have to fucking go.
Yeah.
You have Zini cracked out working.
Oh, dude, I can.
Imagine fucking taking 2 Steve to the gym.
Now, if you'd be fucking miserable.
It is.
A scoop of your thing. I feel like shit. I'm immediately like, I have to go do a violence. Like,
you have to exercise, dude.
I have to go hurt.
What is like? Where the fuck is John Herb? Come on. Don't do 2 swoops and 2 zens.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you, John Lennon.
Where's the high point, bro?
Oh god.
He reserved a revolver.
I don't really feel like I hate to say this. You're going to hate me. I'm actually going to get shit for this. I've started having a little bit of your pre-workout. It's like coffee. Like I'll take like a quarter scoop of it.
Ain't coffee
Instead of coffee. You fucking psycho. You know, it's like get started on that.
Me too. I was like, that's a blind coffee. That's on fucking crack.
It's just enough where we can, oh shit, like I get a boost during the day, but it's not enough to be like, oh, you get your fat ass in the gym or you're going to crack out. I don't know, and just sound cool.
If you ever want to find, remember I sent you the video of doing it with sparkling water?
Yeah.
It's glorious. It's like a little cocktail before the gym.
Oh, wow.
Dude, no, I did. All I had was a Topo Chico line. Like, I'm going to mess with this. And it was great. Like, I was like, I did it in the afternoon, which wasn't smart. I had to sleep, but it was great. Like, but I'm always over caffeinated, so it was all good.
Yeah.
I also do the pre-workout for here. I'll fill in curious real quick. So I do the pre-workout too, as like kind of almost like a supplement for coffee for like the energy drinks for me.
Yeah.
Especially again, I don't no hard club, but for Noah's too. With the stuff that I do, I find that I'm more focused, more tactile with what I do. My attention to details better. It might be, I don't know, ADE kicking in, ADHD or whatever it is, but I notice that's with the pre-workout and stuff. I find myself being a lot more focused.
I think the nootropics play a factor, like the adaptogens. I think it's definitely a key to factor out. Like,
the tie into the name of the podcast part, for me too, time back to motivation, I think mixing pre-workout and really loud music tends to really get the blood pumping around. Yeah. I want to go get the people that need it. I want to find a child toucher and use them for fucking mosaic art.
We don't condone pedophiles. We hunt them. We're their fucking Bigfoot, dude. Damn it.
What was today? Today, I went to the gym. I had to put this 2 scoops, or almost 2 scoops.
Yeah,
we had such an epic session.
I will say it was fucking hell of the work I had watched for this fall.
You know what I tell it? I challenge people to take pre-workout, and honestly, I'm gonna plug Clean Muscle. But this is my personal experience after taking pre-workouts for a long time.
Yeah,
but take it and getting halfway through your workout into the end, and tell me you don't want to conquer the world after. Like you're like, oh my god, this task I got to do today. I forgot. I want to get on top of that. Why? Want to? Like it totally reschedules you and hyper fixates you on getting stuff done.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Oh, I'm going to make that call today. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And like, it just gets you moving.
Yeah, it does.
I think we live in a society where everything's so distraction, and dumbs you down, where once you get pre-workout and it's just you in the gym and after and your blood's pumping, you just get so motivated.
I don't know if we were talking about this before we started recording or after too, but working out with a buddy too. It's like I saw today with, you and Noah both working out at the gym together. I mean, it was like, one more rep, keep up. You could do it. It's a lightweight. Yeah. Even I got kind of lightweight this morning. I was like, I'm sitting there building like, you got it. One more rep. You got it. It's dope to see, honestly, that group come together to that tribe mentality, that camaraderie.
Yeah.
It's very important.
By myself, I wouldn't have done.
No. Fuck no.
He's the Iron Terminator over here. Yeah. He was a kilos.
For those that can't see, he looks like a cross between like Jason Statham and The Rock. Actually, it's a fucking good compliment, honestly, because it's
a great intro.
Sometimes similar. I'll take it.
While I'm doing calf raises.
Yeah. Here's over here. Good job, guys.
Yeah, fucking Phil's over there heckling you.
Yeah, my calf's to be here. You guys.
Phil was there heckling. He's like, that's pussy weight. And I look over there, he's doing calf raises. Meanwhile, these guys are guaranteed 305 for fucking 15 reps. No. I just shut my mouth and said, no, my parts.
RDL. No, yeah. Horrible. Well, my 2 niggas know what that is. So you take the bar.
You know what Romanian deadlift is?
Yes. where you kind of like, you explain, like you hip hinge and like you don't bring it all the way to the ground. It's like a hamstring and glute.
You're stopping right before the bottom and then going back up instead of getting that slack and then back.
Yeah, it's much harder than the deadlifts.
So you have to control. You have to be in complete control.
Yeah, that fucking clapped my cheeks today, dude.
I know. Well, just the accountability is amazing there with a workout partner.
Well, you did say that it clapped your cheeks. Not as bad as Bigfoot.
Fucking funny, dude. We're going to do the Tales of the Grit Scrabs. People couldn't come out because it always does. We're just gonna start laughing at.
What's the supernatural episode where like they speak it into existence?
Oh yeah, manifest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Please don't let that happen.
The world manifesting.
We're gonna hear a roar.
Oh, dude, tens of thousands of people are going to hear this. And now Bigfoot raped you. I'm like 100%.
He raped your birthday. Canceled. He's no longer cool. Harry Henderson is gone. It's just fucking the rapist. No, the butt on the woods.
If like in the movies, they pull the curtains up and the face is there, it's gonna be his dick. First Sunday, get your guys, I saw it.
You guys remember raping? New one, raping. That'd be right sweet. It's like 14 inches and hairy.
I can smell it through the window.
I loved Harry the Hendersons growing up. It was one of my favorite movies. Oh, they made worse. He's a rapist.
Remember we all got together to do like a podcast? That was supposed to be educational.
It used to be, it was wholesome for about 5 minutes.
It was wholesome for 5 minutes, and now it's like Bigfoot rape.
Full circle, baby, full circle. I can't try to stop myself from giggling.
100%, yeah.
Oh, it never
I keep
happened.
just
You're not.
happier than this one. Or the growing up, like when you had to go to church and like your, let's say you dedicate did, get hip drunk, you started talking to it, now we're just like this.
We do not endorse getting rent car Bigfoot.
No, Jesus Christ. I looked up and like the door looked like there was a Bigfoot behind it. I'm like, oh shit.
Hey, Adam, he's not up, you stare. He's like,
Audience is gonna hear a robot fly pause, followed by muffled screams and gunshots and Bigfoot sound. And a flashback.
and then you see here the.
Yeah, it's fucking 3:57 on the table. This thing's been whispering my name. Like, this thing calls to me like the Green Goblin mask. Like, oh my god.
Uzo. But honestly, going back to it, having it, yeah.
So good at it.
Yes. Zone in. Capture this moment. Make it yours.
The biggest thing is just having the support group go so far. I mean, let alone if they don't even go to the gym, but they're supporting you through it. They see your progress and they're just wholehearted. And then just like when you're in the gym and you have a workout partner too, it's amazing how them, like say they're spotting you and they're not even touching the bar barely, and you can just get that rep through. But without them, you would have just let it sit right on you here.
Yeah,
you'd have been cooked.
I was even telling Noah that thing when we met up. I was like, yeah, just even being around you recently, because I mean, I'm all over the place, but even just being around Noah for a little bit right now, I told him, yeah, you got me back on track with like dieting and like, exercise and proper eating. Apparently not basketball. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, even just being around those people was definitely a click of like, I need to get back, but I need to get my shit back together and get back to a proper diet, proper exercise routine, because I was noticing as a group for myself, I was feeling worse and worse. So even beyond just the motivation for in the gym, it's outside of it to have that discipline to stay on a diet, to, make sure you are doing your cardio. Do your fucking cardio.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Whatever form.
What supplements would you recommend? Like baseline?
For me?
Just in general.
Creatine, and then just isolate whey protein.
Zinc, vitamin D.
Yep. Zinc addition.
I've heard zinc and vitamin D are good.
Well, yeah, and I do an omega-3, I do a B12 complex. Yeah. I mean, that's just because of like overall fucking health, I think, though, too.
Yeah.
I mean, up here, so we're just now starting to see the sun in the winter months. the sun doesn't fucking exist up here.
Yeah.
So vitamin D green stuff is
Can't relate. I feel a massive difference when I take D3 down anywhere.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I would have had a dietitian look at my blood and get my test from 430 to 792 in 3 months.
Yeah.
Wow. Zinc, D3, and a couple other little things.
Like magnesium? I hear that magnesium.
Yeah, I got that for
Magnesium.
small filled in a
Shout out to OTG.
breaking change your numbers.
Yeah.
Because you don't get it from most of your food.
Yeah.
Like, most of the food is shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, too, a big one that a lot of people lack is just proper hydration, not through like liquid IV, through Gatorade, just straight water.
Water. It's such a like it.
Yeah. And honestly, I hear people say, "Oh, I don't like the flavor of water. Water doesn't have a flavor." You fucking mouth breather. But if you don't like it, add a little bit of salt, add a little lemon. It's going to go a long way to your. The salt's going to help electrolytes. The lemon makes it taste better. I mean, that's just something I do.
And well, it's like the norm now, where it's like throughout a whole shift in a day, somebody will work, and it's just like, I had 2 energy drinks in the morning, I had 2 at the noon, and at the end of the day, and then but you drink any water? Like, yeah, well, there's like water in there, right? Yeah. You're like, it doesn't count.
Oh, no. So my buddy's dad was a nurse, and we literally would do shit because he's a nurse practitioner, which is basically right under a doctor. And he was like, there's water in coffee. And we're like, that's bullshit. It's a diuretic. And within like the last year, it came out that if you're drinking coffee, there's a decent amount of water in it. And we were like, shit, because he passed away years ago. We were like, damn it, he was right. You've been giving us so much. Years, dude, I'm down there. We fucking told you.
we're just eating silly.
It's not raw. It's the fish oil pills.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I mean, this is like every time, no matter what. Like I'm going to do the avoid the lazy thing and just avoid bringing it back to Bigfoot's penis. Which is deep education, right? To keep some level of education.
And let's ask the poor professionals in terms of diet and stuff. What is your guys' go-to for like a proper diet? 'Cause I mean, there's label in America. You're gonna look at it. Yeah. I hate to say it, I'm a fucking glutton for fast food on busy days. He's gonna fucking shoot me for it. Noah's the kind who stay on.
You shoot you too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get honestly murdered for it, but
this is like going. It's not trying to sound like a Joe Rogan podcast. You're obviously like audio. You can enjoy it, but just in moderation over time. If you're hitting fast food every single day, then maybe reevaluate. Like just doing it, every so often. I mean, that's just space it out a little bit.
Yeah. But like, Noah, what's your go-to like, diet?
Just like daily meal?
Yeah, like just like break it down simple. What's your go-to?
Like breakfast, I don't know. I like to keep it light. I mean, I move around a lot for work just because I do electrical. So I'm just going upstairs.
You're a man who just like many talents. I want to say you just do things because you can. I appreciate that. Side quest maxing.
Yeah. Okay. Bigfoot maxing, bro.
So you like to keep kind of light. I'm guessing like what, eggs, probably what, fruit,
Whites.
I do probably like, I don't know. I don't eat a ton in the morning, so I'll do like maybe 2 or 3 eggs just in the morning with like yogurt, like maybe an apple, banana, and some fruit.
He's like, I don't eat much, just 7 things.
Does that seem like a lot? Because that's not a lot to me.
No, it's not a lot of food, but just a lot of things.
Yeah, and that's where it gets a little costly too. It's like, oh, well, look at you fucking having 14 different things for breakfast.
Noah, or in fact, $700,000 in your credit card. Just prime rib.
I see you shopping at the co-op, motherfucker.
I get a discount, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just like getting out, meat, protein,
and natural foods.
Yeah.
Foods. Also, whole foods.
Also, whole foods, like, and you get fruits in there, definitely, and fruits are huge. Fruits are.
I think Nathan would say his is like the local Wildcats.
Yes.
Oh gosh. He's making a racist joke.
Yeah.
I'm on your favorite woke guy. Hey, too. I do get it. So it was like, oh, it's an Asian joke. Shit. Oh, how dare.
Sorry.
No, it's moreover, I'm disappointed that everyone else wasn't racist enough. Oh, I look right at you. I think this. So you knew. Yeah, I got the genetic memory.
Wait, what is your background?
I'm half Asian.
What Asian? That's a weird thing to ask. What Asian? What part of it? Communist.
Purple, funny okay. It's either clown or Chinese. No, Chinese actually. Are there Russian sauce? Or is it Japanese?
Try using a way that like Koreans were a mix of. I'm just going to keep it ambiguous. No, because by law, all Asians have to hate each other.
Can you say something?
Yeah,
I won't finish my joke.
Like that's a very common thing in like South America, like the Hispanic culture too. Yeah, I learned about that. Like I don't know, I came down to Mexico. Like I don't know, they just kind of beef against each other, and like people are like, oh. Yeah, Mexicans, but like they don't really understand like the culture behind everything. It's so funny to see, like just like how they kind of bow each other a little bit, like the superiority. Like
no. Immediately get shut the fuck down.
That whole car that you saw looking like what they both be talking about?
It's cartel.
Like, are you the same kind of Hispanic as me? What the fuck?
South America, Mexico's not South America.
No, I'm saying Mexico and South America.
Oh yeah,
Hispanic.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. We do not. I mean, I gotta say, we do not like.
I mean, like,
see, I told you. But like at the top, you have like the Spanish thing to the vest.
Yeah.
And then like Mexicans. And then like South Asia.
For anyone who can't see, he's like lowering his hand.
Hey, Fred, it tempted pretty high at angle. Oh, did I?
who's at the bottom of your list? What's their reading is subpar?
I mean, there's a reason behind this because they come to Mexico, or at least what I've seen is that they come to our country and then they are not nice people. Yeah, that's what we don't like. I mean, if they're coming to work and live their lives without, taking advantage of people. Okay, but they're doing so we don't like that.
It's so weird. It's so crazy to hear those acts from the U.S. and it's just so great. The perspective, 100%.
Yeah,
I totally get you on that.
Yeah, it's like why do you stay in your country? Don't come here.
That's not a racist thing to say.
Now I say that it's a fucking problem.
No, Polski.
But
no, that totally makes sense.
I also understand that they come from another world and from another reality that makes them come look for another opportunity.
That's so amazing. It's just so crazy to hear that from that perspective. Yeah, exactly how the U.S.
I understand. I totally understand it.
Yeah. Arby wants to do this whole episode. Another whole episode with you just being like, yo.
That just like hearing him say that like blew my mind for a second. Like, whoa, this is great.
Yeah, it's a total different world.
Oh gosh. Oh man. So to get this back on actual track, that is not like anything to do with rape or Bigfoot. Bigfoot. Remember that time that us like six adult men sat at a table and were like, hey, how do we bring things back in track? Like, what's the game plan for the rest of this episode? And then as soon as we hit record, none of it, like no one is doing anything. So like me, the host, he's like, so should we pin trend?
Jesus Christ. So I'm curious though too about like a lot of your guys' personal journeys in fitness and like, what got you into it? What was really kind of the deciding factors for you guys to pursue fitness? I'm very curious about that because everyone else, I call it the origin story. I'm a fucking nerd. For those that can't see, Nathan is a very happy boy right now.
So, what are you asking?
Because overall, let's start with, the worker or where you're with you. And then, So, I mean, I call it the origin story. Like, what got you into fitness? What got you into the exercise and to where you're at now?
Ooh, I think my big brother he was always like bigger than me. He's still strong.
Were you a victim?
Yeah.
Seen the movie The Monkey.
I knew you were yelling, but that's funny.
No, I've seen the movie. It's on Plex. You do love it.
Yeah, it's my brother. And then, people would tell you that you would never. I don't know. I was skinny. I was skinny for most of my life. So when people would tell you that, like, you're never gonna be like that person, you're like, you know what? Fuck you. Actually, I'm gonna. And then just fueled by other stuff and lovely heartbreak and all that fun shit. I was gonna say, I know your brother. You would fit like two of him in you. Like, you would eat him for calories. Now we know that you're okay with ethical cannibalism.
He's eating his brother. That's where he went.
That's kind of my origin story a little bit. Yeah. So
how about you?
Where are you, Lance?
Moving into mine would be just like I talked about before, just having my dad who decided to really change his life, because they used to be really overweight and stuff, and he switched it around and really got fit. That in sports, let alone just finding that as an outlet. See, I wasn't really big, and I had an older brother, same thing, and he's 5 years older than me, so it's like freaking, you're always the little guy, and he's always kicking like, oh yeah, what are you gonna do, kind of thing, and just motivation from that, from family, like I said, with my dad, and then just sports, finding the why in it, and just stick with it.
Now you're in a gym. Pretty dope.
Now you're on
Full circle.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like looking back now.
Yeah.
Hey, are you?
Because, well, I was, I have always been into sports, but I just wanted more, and then I saw the big guys, and I said, I want to be like this guy, I don't know, just since I also like the human body, how it looks when it's worked out. So,
Dude, you look like you could be a protagonist from like the Fast.
Again, Jason Saban Leach the fucking Rock is a very good description of the families here. He could pull us all like a fucking lawn chair if you want.
Like, I've been looking at this whole time. It's like, never turn your back on family.
You just hear that, Spurs Fergus family.
Like, I think I'm in the room with Vin Diesel right now.
I'm on that. And then, I mean, Phil, like, you're a little bit of a cool case, though, too, with you being on the business side. You have to it. How did you find yourself in the fitness journey, but also in the backside of the fitness industry?
Well, the fitness, I had a funny story. So played sports always, but we're in high school, and my buddy Ryan, who's always jacked, and we were, I think my sophomore year, we were playing, we used to run around because they're my buddies, I have brothers who married sisters, right? The most happily married guys I know.
Oh, yeah.
And they, the girls were incredible volleyball players, would play college and stuff. And so we would wear shirtless and we would like paint ourselves like for those things. And we're standing around a group of dudes. And I remember Ryan goes, Phil, I thought you were ready to come back from summer buff and skinny. And it hurt my feelings so bad that for literally months, I wouldn't eat past 7. And I ran miles and miles. And then I played baseball at the time. We'd go to workouts. And I had no idea that the gym scale was broken. So I was short in high school. So I was like, it just kept saying 150. So we were going to wrestle. It started wrestling. I was like, I'm going to wrestle 145s. And I weighed 130. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll wrestle 130s. But my buddy Ryan got me to do it because he embarrassed me so bad that I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go run.
Yeah,
basically.
there's a little bit of origin story.
I think bullying is a little bit of bullying is helpful.
Yeah, that's where all of like every origin story seems to help.
It really does. And then so getting you into the industry itself, and on the actual business side, how did you find yourself getting into that?
My best friend owned a supplement company.
You're okay.
My best friend owned a supplement company that did really well. I was one of his first customers. To leave a review in 2011. And then 5 or 6 years later, or not even 5, but probably 4.5 years later, they were doing almost 10 million a year.
Oh shit!
And they were selling to private equity. Yeah. And he called me to work for his manufacturing company. And the worst pitch ever. He's like, "Look, you're gonna make terrible money for 2 years." And he's like, "I'm like, bro, you're not selling this well." Like, no, but it's gonna do great. And it was the best decision I ever made because you meet great people. I always joke. The joke that I say is that saving the world one pill at a time. Right. And it's cool because you basically improve people's lives. Like you make products that improve people's lives.
That's really fun. Yeah, it counts awesome. You know, it's like we're not one of those shitty companies. It's like,
my man didn't do anything wrong. Okay?
Well, I'll tell you a funny story about Pfizer. So I have some buddies who run. There's a guy that sold a really big company that most people would know in the supplement space. He started a manufacturing company doing organic vitamins, which is really hard to do, like getting them from foods.
I would imagine.
And so they figured out how to make tablets out of them without using all the normal stuff. And they were at a symposium with Pfizer, a bunch of people, and they told the Pfizer guy, We figured it out, blah, blah, blah. And the Pfizer guy scolded him in front of like a whole symposium. It's like, no, you didn't. You guys don't know what you're talking about. They pulled the guy outside, like after like in a break room. They showed him how they did it. He went back on stage. The Pfizer goes, hey, I have to apologize. These guys did figure it out. It's kind of cool that he kept that.
Yeah, that's pretty well. Yeah, that's very cool. That's respectful. And so Nathan, I mean, you're in great shape, I would like to say too. Compared to a standard American, we'll call him.
Yeah, that bar is very.
Yeah.
So I need to hold myself to some sort of.
What's your, I guess, your story about where you got in? It's obviously a background in the military, so I mean that's where it came from. I swear about it, if you make a joke about offing yourself, I'm gonna off myself right. There is one in that cylinder of that revolver. It will be for me.
Initially, I'll absolutely admit this is probably something a lot of people who are listening can kind of identify with. I was a nerdy kid. I wasn't really in sports or anything like that. Being in America, actually, like seeing how important sports and fitness culture is, it's kind of nice, but at the same time, like it's taken to its nth degree, which is very American. I mean, you know, I wasn't really privy to that. Like I was the nerdy kid, you know, never really bullied, but never really anything else. Joining the military is kind of what kicked my ass and anything kind of fit. And then after that, you know, a few years later, it was my girlfriend at the time saying she thought I was getting a little bit. So I come back to bullying. Yeah, because I was in the best shape of my life after that. Yeah, and I actually think that was excellent motivation.
Now, the bullying works.
Yeah, the bullying works.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, bully your fat friends. They will get skinny.
At some point.
Yeah. What's some advice for any newcomer here? I mean, we're in any aspect.
We already kind of touched on that.
We did, and I don't want to like stick on that too much. Do you guys have any specific plans, or I don't want to like be one of those people who's like, yeah, what's your workout plan? Oh, like what? How do you get those dilts, man? Like
35 sets of hugging the hose.
Yeah. But do you have any resources that if someone's like sitting at a computer or they've got their phone out, what would you tell them to look into? Like first with actual like lifts, and then we'll get into like how you supplement those via nutrition or otherwise.
Like kind of like where first?
Yeah. Like what?
Well, I kind of plugged it a little bit last time in the last podcast. Who are some of the pretty good YouTubers?
Israel's dope.
Yeah, he's a strong boy.
No, he's good. He gives good science-based stuff. I'm in Jeff Napard.
Yeah.
Just like any science back. Like, are you saying that I'd really go in depth to movement and why you're moving that way up?
Yeah.
Beneficial.
I don't know what. But do you have any like thoughts on that? Because I don't know if you see much of like our fitness influencers down in Mexico, like if that's common, or you have your own really like that do science back stuff.
No, I mean,
Internet's stupid. What about? I don't listen to any other podcasts actually.
not like that.
He listens to his own voice. It's great.
Oh no, dude! I just listen to like straight up if I'm driving. It's just like core audiobooks, nothing but like the most. I popped him the wit. Yeah. Every time I'm just like hitting pause, it's like, oh well.
Yeah.
I remember he said like Sam Sulek. I know it's kind of a generic one too. Sam Sulek. He's not a good blogger
or something. Just down here, we're gonna be. And what is it? Peter something.
Is he a doctor?
No. He's a fitness. He's into fitness right now. He really his plays the exercise is like very good. Like how to engage your muscles. Like
the mind to muscle connections. It's
very.
And that's something you tried to explain to me for the longest time.
And it's hard to like explain to people that are like new in the gym, because like for me it's so easy because I'm like, oh well, I mean you just think about it. Like if you're doing like lat pull downs or something, you're doing something specific, and like you're really trying to target and like your lat or something like a specific part. A lot of just newcomers, just people that just don't have that like connection, like really concentrating. It sounds like bro sciencey, but like I don't know how to describe
It's not feeling the muscle when you're trying to work.
Yeah, it's like what it's just like I coach track and field, and just trying to break old habits or just trying to explain to somebody how to move properly at first, it feels so foreign to them because they've been doing it the same way.
It's like shooting a gun, dude.
We took him shooting the first time, and he he hit the steel target.
Yeah.
Because he has no baseline. He has no bad habits.
Yeah. I find it's way harder to train people out of bad habits
Yeah.
than it is to train people who are just completely new.
Yeah.
Especially people, I hate to say, from like a law enforcement or military background. Like a lot of them will come in and they got hounded. They got hounded the wrong thing so much. And you are also taught like, yeah, you're a killer. Like, you know, you are Apex.
Yeah.
Like, and then like you have someone, I remember like back in Canada, we were doing handgun stuff. He's like, yeah, I learned from the best of the best. And he's a dear friend of mine. He was pretty good. Yeah, but his stuff is painfully out of date, which is fine. It's fine. But like the false bravado is really what like has people sabotage themselves.
Yeah, and that happens in a gym too. Like it's feeling what your body's telling you. Yeah, so that point big. Like everyone's like body like mechanics are different.
Yeah.
And how they move the weight is different. Like I squat differently than my cousin or my brother. Like so everyone's body's different. So it's just how your body responds. Like there's no picture perfect way to do like a back squat. Like you kind of have like the general guidelines, like what it should look like.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just, for example, from the body feels.
From the gym aspect, the one big thing I'd recommend is just ask questions. I mean, even like staff, like we're at the gym all the time. Just come up and ask, like, what about this machine, or what? How do you recommend for moving with this, or even trainers? Just go ask them a question. It's amazing. It goes a long way. Don't feel like you're by yourself in the whole process.
If you have the money, a trainer's huge.
Yeah,
like
trainer. Yeah.
A trainer or a good chiropractor.
Yeah, you've used trainers before.
Of course.
All levels. I mean, look at the most elite body all the way down. They all have a guidance in there somewhere asking, how can I better fine tune this? How do I get?
So I think that's entirely from the outside, but as somebody who doesn't have a ton of money, and I imagine a lot of people don't. Yeah. But like having a trainer at the very beginning to kind of like show you what you can do, give you the resources to succeed on your own, and then trainers at the end if you decide that like, hey, this is something I want to take seriously. Like you can do the same thing with guns that you can do with this, or yeah,
that's a ask question. I mean, because a lot of the stuff basic you can ask this without even get training in the beginning. It's just simple stuff that we could easily go over. So just just ask questions to the people in the gym, even somebody working out next year. Like, hey man, dude, I saw you doing that lift. Can you kind of use some tips on that? And, I mean, the gym atmosphere is amazing. I mean, most 99% of the people we meet is, oh yeah, definitely here, do this, and they'll even spot you and the whole thing. And,
I don't think I've ever met someone in the gym that was not eager and willing to help educate and help kind of guide a newbie.
It's almost like a compliment, because you're also like, oh yeah, of course I'll have you, like, because it's just good.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, this episode is brought to you by oh my god. Imagine if we actually got a better home spot. Hey, not after Bigfoot. No, not after.
We've been out for after Bigfoot.
Our new sponsor, which is not a sponsor, they're just a small business that I love very much. So kind of against their will, I messaged them like, hey, give us a code. Give us a code. I want no kickback. I just like you. North Sea Machine. They ported a Glock for me. And they ported a Glock for Noah, and they did a very, very good job.
Yeah, they fucked dude.
Yeah, no, they're fantastic. Like this is, I don't want to be like, oh, the best optic cut, but yeah, it's a really good fucking optic cut.
Well, I mean, I run fucking 115, 124, like whatever it eats it.
Yeah, the second one's like my Ramjet. I had them do a Glock 34 on 48 for me.
Oh, fuck.
I reported. I think yeah, I like them, and they're talking about like. The next turnarounds are going to be like 2 weeks in and out. Their optic cuts are super tight to the optic, which makes it so it's not going to shear screws. Like all that truck is going into
that helps over taping and shear.
It's just a small business. I mean, yeah, and I understand. We're all about supporting small business at the Art and More. I don't know why I'm looking at the camera. Like it helps. Yeah, it helps. Yeah.
We've been recording for a very long time right now.
It doesn't feel like it, though.
We're all very tired.
It's about 3 hours. I'm going to fucking kill myself.
BR's not to fucking execute.
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
I don't mind. I'm having fun. Yeah, I like that. But yes. Yeah, North Sea Machine. Code Art10. Code Art10. We don't make any kickbacks. Just like the original, we don't make a kickback. We're not getting paid for this. We just like them, and they're a small business, and they deserve your love and your slice. Anyways, guys, we're coming up on like over 2 hours of just whatever the fuck is all there.
Love Bigfoot.
A lot of fun. A lot of Bigfoot rape jokes. A lot of
Yeah.
You guys can't see. There's someone off camera because had the most that came in towards the end of the recording had the most people look on their face of like, what was just ushered out this man's mouth?
But yeah, I wanted to basically give everyone a chance to talk about like if you've got anything you want to shill, anything you want to talk about. Noah, my good friend, has a product that I use personally. Fucking talk about it. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a retard, dude.
Certified.
I mean, with the help of my cousin, like with the clinicals and like the medical, the science behind it. Vigors, the pre-workout that Clean Muscle it's our first products, and hopefully many more come. Yeah, I mean nothing.
Not nothing. Naturally flavored, naturally sweet. None of the garbage.
You're not a shill, so this part of the reason. Sorry. Hey, Noah, come on my fucking show because we love small business.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's just you're really bad at promoting yourself. I'm sorry. Yeah, I try to be humble, okay? Yes. And here's the thing. It's like PMs are hitting. Okay, it doesn't have the artificial bullshit. Oh, yes. I will make a comment. It is stronger tasting since there's no artificial flavors and sweeteners. Like it's going to be the tan. I like it. I personally prefer it. Yeah,
Silver or gold.
Yeah.
Well, both that can have candy.
I would got done.
My formulation, like the medical side, my cousin being the buff fucking Vin Diesel surgeon, bro.
Turn your back up.
He's like, do you want your wrists to look like this? Come to me.
That's my shit.
It's a good buy.
I have a link on my Instagram, Clean Muscle LLC, that'll take you right to the product page, and my website's just cleanmuscle.com.
I use it. A bunch of people I know use it, and it's good to have a company in the space, like who likes the things that we do, and are.
Oh, it's also on AmericanaPipeDream.com. I plug them too.
Yes, Americana. If you use the code Boner, I have no idea if that still works, but I hope so. Logan, if you're listening, I love you.
I forgot to plug that. Yes, it's on Americana.
Yes, our code with them, I'm prettier, but.
Yeah. Follow Lance at Snap Fitness Moscow on social media.
Now I want to shout out friend with Discord, my tweets, Tweedle Gang. Just want to shout them out on there just to hear.
And then Joel, where can we find you on social media?
Just follow Clean Muscle, and it will lead to me.
Yeah. Well, everything's in Spanish, so most
exactly.
Yeah, how the fuck you spell that next?
Yeah,
Dude, just want to Fast and the Furious like twice.
Baby, it just says family.
Oh my god!
Phil, do you want to be? You plug with?
No, just call Noah if you need supplements. Don't call me. Well, I'm a major.
It's really slug. I appreciate all of you guys for coming on for like the last 3 hours. Crazy. 4. Yeah. It feels like 4 and also like half an hour. Yeah. It feels like a tight ordinary, but I'm saying. Yeah. But God, I hope this is not unlistenable. Thanks for Joe Rogan now. Goodbye.